thought you said Serena.
Good afternoon. Again, it's going to be a quick one, limited to 10 minutes because she has more tennis. Here.
Serena, congratulations.
Thank you.
Really clean tennis today, really efficient. American television wants you on later so they can see you in the afternoon. Do you prefer, as a player and as a mom and as a person with a lot of other businesses going on, getting on court first?
I do like to get on court first because it's easy, you know, you can get your match over with and have the rest of the day. But also the later matches have been fine because I spend, you know, the whole morning with the baby and I sleep in and we have fun, and then so now it's pretty even.
Serena, it was a good performance today, but in your interview I seen you almost look relieved. So what needs to go right in terms of like your body and your fitness to go the distance in the second week?
Yeah, no, I just need to keep it up. Like I said, just each match for me really counts. I haven't had a tremendous amount, and like literally each match counts for me. So it's just keep going and just doing what I'm doing in practice, hopefully.
Serena, you know, there's a kind of serenity today in your match, like everything seems to be working, and you know, they have the new roof. Like, did you feel, would you like that every match could be like that? You were very calm and focused, and you know, your opponent was very good, but still, you know, everything worked today.
Yeah, I'm still. I think I play pretty good when I'm calm, but also super intense, and just finding the balance in between there. So it's a hard balance to find because sometimes when I'm too calm, I don't have enough, you know, energy. So I'm just still trying to find that balance.
Serena, it's the first time we've seen you since it was confirmed that you're playing with Andy Murray. Just talk about why you made that decision, how you think it will help your singles. And Andy says you've been talking about parenting skills and crushes and family stuff.
Yeah, I always ask about his girls. I think his younger daughter is almost the same age as my daughter, just like a month apart. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, I feel like I always play doubles, and the doubles really is able to help my singles game. So that's super, super important for me.
Serena, as someone who started young, looking at Cory Gauff, I wonder if you have any advice for her.
I think she's doing everything great, you know. Big fan, actually. You know, I am so excited for her. Love her family. Gosh, I just couldn't feel more proud. I would be wrong to step in right now and give her advice. I think she's doing great.
Serena, how would you compare the hunger that you experienced to get to the top with the hunger you've had all these years to sustain your game at the top?
Getting to the top is often fun. You know, you have nothing to lose, especially if you've never been there. It's like a great climb. And sustaining that for years and years takes a lot of work, a ton of work. And you don't want to fall because you know what it's like to be at the top, and you know how it feels. At least I do. I know how it feels and how you want to stay there and how you want to get back there. So that's how I would describe it.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry. Just back on Coco quickly. On the men's side of the game, there's been quite a lot of talk about, you know, young champions and whether it's still kind of physically possible to kind of have a Grand Slam champion below the age of 20, given the kind of physical advancements in the game. I was just wondering if it's a similar situation in the women's game, where there's anything holding a 15-year-old back physically now that's maybe different from when, you know, younger guys like Hingis were kind of coming through, whether there's anything that's changed in terms of sports science to stop that, or whether you believe she could win Wimbledon here, for example. I know you'll probably want to stop her yourself, but just in general, is there anything holding a 15-year-old back?
I think it really depends. I think there's some 15-year-olds like me who wouldn't know what to do at Wimbledon, and then you have a 15-year-old like Coco who knows what to do. So it really depends. I think she's definitely on a different level, so I think she's totally capable. and ready, to be honest. So I don't, yeah, I just think it just depends. Not every 15-year-old is the same.
I guess we'll see you after your mixed match, but I'm curious how much preparation you've done. You practiced with Andy the other day, and if you decide who's playing forehand, who's playing backhand, you know, different stuff just in terms of gearing up this new pairing, what you've done, if you've scouted Gorachi and Mies or anything like that.
Well, I think he won the French Open, is that right? So we don't have an easy first round. Andy and I both love the competition, and I know we both want to do well. We're not here just for show. We want to play well. We've both been champions at Wimbledon, and you know, it's like we want to continue to do that. So I always play the forehand side. That's the only, if you want to play with me, I play forehand. It's just the only rule I have.
Andy Murray is a big national treasure for the British people because he won Wimbledon after decades of droughts. Now he's back this year after 2 years. Are you feeling that pressure that you've got the whole weight of the British people on you because we really, really want you to succeed?
I know. I feel what it's like, to do that. But we don't feel pressure. We're just, like I said, we really want to win, but we'll see what happens. It's not like we know what it's like. We know what it's like to win. We also know what it's like not to win, and obviously we want to do our best to get there.
Last two questions here and then here.
Serena, also in your side of the draw is Ash Barty. I'm wondering, have you had a chance to watch her play here, and if so, what you think of her game and kind of what you feel you need to do to play against her?
Yeah, I've seen her play a lot recently too. I've always, from the day I played her in Australia, I've always had a tremendous amount of respect for her game. I just thought she's just a beautiful player. She has great technique, and I love that. I'm really a technical player. I like when people, have a beautiful game and they do the right techniques. That's like so up my alley. And, like I always say, she's just someone in the locker room that you just always root for. But in general, I have been watching her game because I know that she's a force to be reckoned with. And so I've been watching a lot.
Last question.
It's a simple question. Often great doubles partnerships, there is still a captain. We've got two greats of the game and two quite big personalities. So what have you done? Have you flipped a coin? Have you played rock, paper, scissors? Who's the boss?
So
how did you decide?
Actually, we need to talk about that. To be honest, Venus always is the leader of our team, so I'm used to being co-captain, and I actually prefer that role. So I'm definitely going to have a talk with Andy to definitely take the lead, but when the captain is a little nervous or something, like Venus and I, sometimes she's not having her best day, then I'm there to, bring her up. So I definitely want to have that same role because it's kind of just what I'm used to. So we'll have to just talk about that.
Right, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.